All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's update session. This is the GI community, and we are going to be having our update session on VOO. Are you just hearing VOO for the first time? VOO is doing to the aviation industry what Uber did to taxis. And today, we're happy to share with you all the updates that is coming out of this ecosystem. So today we're going to be looking at major updates, latest happenings, new developments within the VOO ecosystem, the VOO app, that's the VOO Travel App, and of course, our new partners. So all these and more we shall be looking at today. So you want to pay attention, eliminate all distractions as much as possible, and please feel free to ask any questions that you may have. And if you have team members who are supposed to be here already, please feel free to remind them that this event is live. Now, taking us on this conversation is one of the mastermind members of the GI community. He has an in-depth understanding of how blockchain innovation and technology works, and is going to be leading us in today's conversation, explaining to us all that has been happening in the ecosystem, the value proposition that this brings, and our next steps. What are the next action after listening to this? So these are more are the things he's going to be bringing us up to speed on. And at the end, we are going to interact. So gentlemen and ladies, please put your hands together as we bring up on stage Coach Itwen Dioho. Coach Itwen, good evening. Good to see you. And it's over to you.
Good evening, Coach Christy. Please confirm you can see my screen and hear me.
Yes, you are loud and clear.
All right, thank you very much. So welcome, everyone. It's good to be back here again, and this time having the communications around VOO. So for some time now, we've been aware that the VOO app was down, the VOO Travel app was down. And again, it was just because of issue with data. So the data providers system were hacked. So what that meant was that information regarding flights, schedules, bookings, and all that could not be gotten accurately. And so VOO had to go back and get proper information, right? So the VOO app was down for some time. But the most important news I have to share with you today is that the VOO Travel app is back, and it's back with a better visual screen, better information, and a lot more that I'm going to share with you today. Okay, part of that is that they have a new data provider, and it will be explained better in my slides. So if you have not downloaded the app, please do so. Please go back to your phones and download the new version in the app. So basically, we are back in the game. There's a new interface. It has a lot of information. And most of those information carry new features that enable you participate fully in the VOO Travel app, right? First is the wallet, a very, very important wallet that helps you manage your funds, which is the normal wallet. And the other are the opportunities with the VOO One Corporation and VOO Hub, VOO Gold member, right? So you can go through that in the homepage of the new app, and you can see endless possibilities for you to participate, not only as a user of the app, but also as an investor, right? So back to the glitch that happened some time ago where users had the challenges having to use the app, right? So there was challenges with data, right? And so that had to do with flight routes, availability, rates. And so this went offline. And so this is why VOO had challenges with getting you returns in terms of your booking of flights, right? So now we are back, and it's a very good thing. And what's better now is that, remember, the VOO is all about giving you comfort while picking your flights and also giving you cashback for using the app. It's the first app in the world right now that talks about customer flights, booking flights, making it easy, and also paying you for flying. So what's good right now is that the cashback program can now commence, okay? And so this includes rewards from using the app. So whether you're an app user or you share the app with somebody, you have an opportunity to earn referral, right? You earn passive income, okay? So the advantages of having this on the blockchain, remember, is that you eliminate delayed payments, okay? And of course, cheaper transaction costs, because if the transactions happening every single second regarding flight bookings is quite a lot. I need an ecosystem that can manage that with cheaper transaction fees, okay? And so all the tokens, right? Remember the payments of the passive income is in VOO tokens, VOO and Avinoc tokens. Okay, so all the VOO tokens that are required for the cashback program are owned by you and me. They are not in a central hands of VOO, right? So they are owned by you and me, and this is in our minters. So if you have a VOO minter, congratulations. If you don't have a VOO minter, you need to go and check the app and find opportunities where you can get the minter. We hold the tokens that are required for the passive reward program, okay? And so how does this work? Remember, part of the revenue that is generated from flights and hotel reservations on the VOO app are used to purchase tokens from an exchange, okay? And those are the Zenith tokens that run the Zenith blockchain. So the Zenith tokens are very necessary because you need a decentralized exchange in order to have this down. So when the app was down initially, there was no cashback given as there was no automatic buyback, okay? So what are your best options right now? You have the app running, the cashback is now running. So you have your VOO tokens, you have your Zenith tokens, and it's great for the Zenith holders. And why do I say it's great? It's because the rewards or part of the revenue generated from these tickets, like I said earlier, is taken to an exchange to buy the Zenith token. And the Zenith token is now put in the decentralized exchange, right? That is the DEX. Okay. And this is used to now buy Avinoc and VOO token, and your rewards from those who share or use the app is now properly distributed. Okay. So if you have the tokens, the Zenith tokens, Avinoc or VOO tokens, congratulations. The continuous use of this token will increase the value. And of course, that can scale up regarding the businesses that is centered around aviation, right? So if you really want to know more about this, there's a special webon on the Nomo app. You can go to that webon, look for what they call a webon called Media Center. And on the Media Center, it will give you every single information that I have just shared with you right now in detail. So if you can see my screen, I already have my app. I have the app up and running. Okay. And so it's giving me a lot of information that I need to know. So you need to download the latest app and get to see how beautiful this is. Okay. So that is about the little shutdown that was experienced regarding information gathering, providing information. And so I'm proud to announce to you that in the search, right, for a much more efficient partner in terms of data, provision of data, VOO has partnered with Amadeus, okay? And Amadeus, if you go search them online, they're the best global distribution services, data services provider in the world, the best, okay? They are the best. And what do they do? It's because of how important and how prominent they are, they have an unmatched market coverage, and we are talking about they serve over 400 airlines in the world with 99% uptime, okay? And so if you're talking about provision of data for flights, for aviation industry, this is the most sophisticated provider you have right now in the world. And what does that mean for VOO, right? What it means for VOO is that this partnership transforms the VOO by delivering real-time global inventory of course, fare options, seamless booking capabilities that makes both the customer experience better and profitability for the company better, okay? And so, of course, partnerships come from various angles, but what was most important about this partnership was that it was born out of the fact that there is an active community in VOO, and this active community are formed by those who are downloading the app and those who are using the app. Okay, so remember, you're using the app to book your flights. People are downloading, people are sharing the app, and this was a very, very important tool in ensuring that these partnerships were met. And so the importance of this partnership is that, of course, you don't have a middleman any longer, okay? So there's no middleman. You're dealing directly with the best in the world right now. So it means that the costs that usually you would see in the app that was a little bit expensive was because there was a middleman, somebody giving us information gotten from somewhere. With the partnership with Amadeus, right, the middleman is away, and it means that there is less costs, there are better prices, and there's competitiveness right now. So we are able to compete with those who also provide these traditional services, okay? Now, another thing you will definitely see in the app, the new version in the app, is that there are more options for flight right now. So most of you may have experienced challenges with booking flights, especially for people who already know where routes in places that they usually travel frequently, they know the routes. So you now have more flights, you have more airlines, you have more routes available now in the updated VOO app. So just a little bit on Amadeus, right? Like I said, they are the leaders in providing global data, okay? And so with this partnership, okay, VOO can now compete with the leaders in the market. We're talking about people who have started traditional services of booking over a decade before VOO commenced, okay? And so what are the advantages VOO has over these guys that have been in the game before? First is the payment with crypto, and the next is the universal rewards program. Now, these two things I've just mentioned to you right now is definitely changing the game in favor of the VOO Travel app. And why do I say this? Okay, so let's take a typical example of somebody, right? A lot of people have crypto, they have crypto holdings, they have a lot of money in crypto, but they want to book a flight and travel today. So traditionally, they will need to transfer those tokens into a centralized exchange, which definitely they don't control. So you may have delays in terms of verification of the transaction, and then they need to convert these tokens that they have transferred into fiat. Of course, this comes with some charges between maybe 7 to 12%, depending on how you or how fast or how much you need those funds immediately. And then you now receive the fiat currency and you proceed to go and make a payment for a flight. So we are talking about, let's say 20, 30 minutes, 30 minutes between when you requested for this conversion of funds to when you wanted to book off your flight. So there's a probability that by the time you want to go to book your flight, you may not have that flight again, or the options may not be available, the preferred routes may not be there, right? All these hassles that I've just explained now can be avoided by providing a crypto option. And that crypto option right now for paying for flights is in VOO. Already, the rewards program I've explained in several videos by saying that, look, there is an app right now that pays you for flying. There's also an app that pays you for sharing this information with your friends. And that means you're building a crew, people you definitely have a relationship with. So as the more people you spread this information about downloading the app, the more you earn passively for doing so. So of course, I've just shared with you an opportunity with the partnership that gives us that edge right now. And it's definitely going to grow rapidly. Okay. So what are the new things coming up right now? Remember, we talked about partnering with somebody that has a lot of influence in terms of providing data services. So what can data services do? It can do way more just focusing on flights, okay? Right? And so it can provide any information you need in terms of travel, any information that is travel related. We are talking about pricing. We are talking about scheduling of hotels. We are talking about tickets, tour tickets in the world, right? And so the partnership with VOO, right, is bringing up something new, okay? And it may sound a little bit, it may not really sound too fantastic, right? Because according to the roadmap with VOO, there was a plan to kickstart the availability of hotels in the app, Okay, but since this partnership with Emidos came into existence earlier than it was planned, they are already working on a bridge right now to connect the hotel service. So we are looking at summer 2025 to have everything related to hotel working fully on the VOO Travel app. So we are talking about accommodation, scheduling, pricing, everything regarding hotels right now is definitely going to be on that app by summer, right? And why is this amazing? It's because the VOO app does basically every single thing you want to do in terms of comfort or booking, right? Flights, okay? So every single activity you do on that app not only generates reward for you. If you have a crew, people you share this app with, and everyone is doing the same activity you're doing, this is passive income coming to you every single time. Multiply this by the fact that airline booking activities around the world is continuous. It's 24 hours, it's technology. So every single time you have passive income being generated for you, right? So let's take a look at how it was before, right? So imagine that you downloaded the app and you wanted to book for flights, okay? So the first time you saw the app, it was just long distance international flights, okay? But let's say you have a lot of friends you have shared this app with who travel domestically than internationally, which I too have friends that do that. Now, what is going to happen is that you're going to experience a spike in passive income. And why is that possible? Is because these hotels, right, that are within the same town, people usually love to travel within the country, are being put in the app, and your friends can be booking these hotels in the app, right? Right now, we don't have an idea of the total number of hotels that will be available, but if you understand the information, the data that is residing with the Emidos, it's a win-win situation for the VOO community, which is you and I, for the VOO app, and also for Emidos. So you can imagine from summer 2025, having over 700,000 properties in the app, right? So what it means is that there are 700,000 properties in the world right now that are available for reservation. And so once the integration of these hotel bookings is done by summer 2025, you're going to see passive income being generated from people who are already building their crew, those people who are sharing the app, right? And so this is amazing. Why is it amazing? Because if I'm interested in booking only flights, right, my friends might be interested in booking hotels, right? So not everybody is interested in flights, not everybody is interested in hotel, but there is one activity or the other in the app that gives you cash back, okay? And so that is a very, very great incentive, and I'm very, very happy that I'm part of this community, right? So like I said, it takes nothing to build your crew, but for every activity that happens on the app, you benefit it based on the app's functionality, okay? So another big surprise, right? Okay, so there will be tours and attraction tickets available on the VOO app, right? This was already planned for launch after the hotels, according to the VOO map, right? That was shared earlier in other community calls. But however, Emidos is working back end to have this available. And now, what does this mean? It means that if you want to visit the Burj Khalifa today, or you have an exhibition, a paint exhibition to attend in Paris tomorrow, or you want to visit Egypt to see the pyramids, you can now book this straight from the VOO app. So let's think about it a bit, okay? Festivals happening across the globe, every single activity that makes it fun for people to travel, they are definitely going to be doing this on the VOO app. And what does this mean for us? It is the same thing. Passive income. The same thing is happening to you. The same thing is happening to your crew. The same thing is happening to your friends. People moving around the world, happy doing what they need to do, gives you passive income every single day. So just imagine, we started this app, we launched this app in January 2025. First, it was about the flights, right? So now we're going to be definitely experiencing what we call the hotel bookings. Of course, you know that the hotel loyalty points were usually there before, but that means you needed to stay in the same hotel, right? But again, with events coming into the same place, you don't need to get paid to attend events. Remember, you can go to events and nobody gets paid, it pays you for doing that. But now with this on the app, as long as those activities, flight activities, hotel bookings, attending events are on this app. Every single person who is connected to this app gets paid for just doing so, for just sharing the information, right? So take a typical scenario. I'm in Nigeria today and I want to attend an event in Europe, right? And I book it through the app. Okay, so for booking my flights, for booking my hotel bookings, for attending the event or booking the event through the app, I have earned something from the company, right? And I can take these earnings to do something else. I can take these earnings to book another flight. I can take the earnings to go to another hotel of my choice and pay. That is the power of the compensation loyalty program being offered by VOO, right? So, like we said, the VOO app is coming back or is back now, better with the best service provider in the world right now, and a lot of promising features that gives us the feel that what we are now currently going competing with those who have already been there, right? So if you missed it earlier, you can check the earlier calls that had to talk about the roadmap so that you can see where VOO community is going, right? So again, like I said, this is just a short update that comes as a result of the downtime with the VOO app. It's important for you right now to go to your phones. If you had the app earlier, download the app. If you also have the normal app, if you link it, it gives you a greater percentage in terms of cashback. So if you don't have a normal app, it's best to meet with the person that invited you to this call to download the normal app, right, and link it to your VOO Travel app. You get better percentages for doing so. Take your time around the app, study it, look for the opportunities that make you not only a passenger or a user of the app, but also an investor in the VOO Travel app, right? So thank you very much. I'll be available for questions in case you have any. Coach Christy?
Yes, thank you so very much, Coach Itwen, for that wonderful update. Thank you also for bringing us up to speed about the VOO Travel app. It's now up and running with the best partner we can have in terms of data providing, which is Amadeus. So thank you, guests and participants, for being here as well to learn more about what's happening in the ecosystem and how we can position ourselves for all that is coming in the coming weeks and months. So it's time now to get your feedback, any questions or areas you want us to throw more light on. This is the time to do so. Feel free to unmute yourself and speak, or you can type into the chats. We'll be here to respond to whatever questions that you may have. And if you want to share your experience or you want to share an insight, please feel free. We have our coach in the house, Coach Lawrence. Coach Lawrence, please feel free to unmute yourself and share a thing or two about what's happening in the VOO ecosystem. Over to you.
All right. Thank you, Coach Itwen, for that brilliant presentation of updates. And congratulations to all VOO users. I'm a proud VOO Gold member myself. And what that means is that I have hubs, VOO hubs privately that are minting the VOO tokens for me. And the VOO project, is doing very well. It was launched in January. Before January, we've been anticipating for the launch. And like Itwen said, shortly after it was launched, the data providing company, had a little challenge. And now that has opened door for us to to rub shoulders with the biggest data provider in the world, Amadeus. Okay, so if you are listening to this, maybe you're wondering what is VOO or what is VOO Travel? It's the app that is doing to aviation what Uber has already done to taxi. And the good thing here is that it's doing it in a way that all of us can co-own it. You can buy a hub. A hub is about, if I'm correct, about 2,000 euros. You can buy a share of a hub. With as little as about 400 euro, you can already start participating in this project. Why do you need a hub? A hub is what mints the digital token, your co-ownership rights to the VOO project. Uber, I missed Uber, so I'm not the owner of Uber shares. I missed Bolt, I'm not the shareholder to Bolt project. These projects have done very well. But you see this VOO, we got in early, and it's still early for you. VOO Gold means you buy up to 18 VOO hubs. One hub is about $2,000, like 2,000 euro, like I said. Of course, there are discounts now, so you may not pay the entire 2,000. So probably you're paying about 1,600 or 1,800 or thereabout. 1,000 euro, 1,800 euro or thereabout for one hub. So if you have up to 18, that's one VOO Gold slot. So you think about it in case you have somebody looking at this possibility. A VOO Gold slot, there are only 500 of such slots in the world. About 300 is gone. 290 something is gone as we speak. So we're left with only about 200 slots in the whole world. Only 500 can be sold. Okay, so what's the advantage? Every ticket by whatever location, from whatever location it was booked, as far as you use the VOO Travel app to book it, 1% of that ticket value is kept in a pool that only these VOO Gold members, only 500 slots, will share from. You think about it. 1% of every ticket from whatever location it was booked from in the world, as far as it was booked via the VOO app, travel app, 1% of that ticket is put in a pool to be shared by these 500 people. So this is huge. This is serious passive income. And if you buy the hub is minting the token every day for a certain number of years. One hub will mint between 45,000 to 50,000. Let's say between 40,000 to 50,000 tokens in its lifespan, depending on when you actually bought it. Okay, if you buy it today, it's about 45,000 tokens it will mint for its lifespan. Remember, I said about because I'm not very exact. But let's say between 40 to 45,000 if you buy it today. So imagine multiplying that value by 18 hubs if you're a VOO Gold member. And if you're not a VOO Gold member, one hub is good because it's minting about 40,000 to 45,000 tokens of VOO, for its lifespan. What's the relevance of that? Uber, the last time I checked, was about 60, it was between 60 and $70 for one. So VOO is less than $1 as we speak. And it's aviation bigger than taxi. So it's just a matter of time. That your 40 to 45,000 tokens that you get from buying one hub will be multiplied by 10, probably 100, and so on, in terms of value. So this is how investors think. And we'll come to think of it, aviation itself is worth $1 trillion in turnover every year. So we only need to have 5% of that market share to scale. So once in our life, we're seeing a way you can earn cryptocurrencies, tokens, by owning a piece of the aviation turnover, global aviation. People must travel, and there's nothing we can do to stop that. So smart people just come in and organize this. They are called VOO, and give us opportunity to earn part of that. Remember, you can also own an airport. You can own the rights, the VOO rights to the airport program. Some people have bought Lagos Airport. Some people have already bought Abuja Airport. Some people have bought Atlanta. Some people have bought London Heathrow and all of that. So you can participate in that. I know a friend of mine who bought Jackson International Airport somewhere in the US. So you can, and that opportunity still exists. Some airports have not been bought. You can take advantage of that. What that means is that any flight that terminates in the airport where you have bought the license, 1% of the ticket is yours. You alone, one man, one airport. And there are only about 5,000 airports in the world. So that's exclusive. It's not every day we see businesses like this, honestly speaking. So in addition to that, we have VOO houses. VOO houses can be placed on the VOO airports, and rent are paid to you if you have a VOO house. VOO house is a virtual house where the minter that is minting the VOO token is housed. So they use it to make an incentive. So you can have houses, you can buy houses, then the houses are placed in any airport of your choice. I have a few houses placed in Dubai Airport, I have in Atlanta Airport. I also have one placed in a Lagos Airport, for example. So all these are investments. These are the new ways of participating in tokenization in the world. Okay, and it's happening in our time. I thought I should let everybody know, in case you have friends who normally sit down with you to drink and gist, let them know we're selling airports. In case you have relations, wives, girlfriends, what do they call it? Extended family members. You're a philanthropist. You like helping people grow. And what have you have family members? This is a good opportunity to share. It's good to share, beer, wine, fish, and all of that. It's also good to share financial survivability, opportunities like this one, where you can see clearly any airport you go to, people are traveling. How about earning money while that is happening? And how about helping other people do the same? So I thought I should clear this up because all the opportunities are still there, but they will not last forever because they are limited. Number of airports in the world are limited. Number of VOO houses that can be placed in each airport are limited. Number of VOO gold slots are limited. Number of VOO hubs, even if you can't buy up to 18, you can buy a share of a hub, you can buy one hub, you can buy a few hubs. They are all limited. So urgency is important if you really want to take advantage. So thank you. So that's my own contribution. I'm enjoying the fact that the VOO app is back. And Amadeus is the highest and best partner for that activity in the world. You think about it. Why would Amadeus sign us on, taking advantage of the fact that our earlier partner had a technical glitch, the user advantage now to sign us on? And everything we are scheduled to do for 1 year is now happening within 6 months. You think about it. All the things that VOO said they will do next year, all are happening between now and the end of the next this summer. So summer is starting in June and maybe sometime in July and August. So between now and September, we'll have everything It said on the app. The app is new now, it's fresh. So I join you with It call to say, let's go there. And for international flights, don't miss the opportunity. For local flights, you can still try, but international is surely working and we're very competitive right now. So thank you, It once more. Thank you, Christy. I felt I should do a rundown so that everybody knows that everything VOO is live now. Thank you.
Yes, that was certainly very comprehensive and quite in-depth, Coach Lawrence, sharing your insights about the VOO opportunity and how we can position ourselves to leverage all that within the VOO ecosystem. And thank you very much, Coach Itwen, for the wonderful work you did in breaking down these updates and bringing us up to speed of what's happening. I've been going through the chats. There are no questions. So that's to say our coach did a very great job at breaking it up. Remember, this is recorded, so you can always watch it again, and feel free to also share with members of your team. So in the absence of nothing else, I want to thank everyone who made it out here. Thank you, Coach Lawrence, for sharing your insights. Thank you, Bola, Afolabi. There is Kenneth here. There is Nelson. I also saw Razak, and there's iPhone. Thank you, everyone who joined, and this has been an interesting update, I must say. One thing I want to say is that VOO is certainly building, is certainly building to become the Amazon of Amazon of aviation. When you go to Amazon, you see everything, right? So everything within entertainment, tourism, and all that, it's bringing it to one place. And that makes it easier for us to have all the experiences, especially when you are on, vacation or something. You don't need to be running helter-skelter looking for, hotels to book, sites to visit, and all that. There's a whole lot of solutions already provided within just that one app. And it starts by, letting others know what's going on with the VOO app, getting them on board, building your crew, basically. It's just a few clicks and someone is already downloading the app in their phone and they're getting onboarded and, being part of the ecosystem. So thank you very much. Look forward to updates like this from time to time. We're going to be bringing more information, updates, latest happenings, developments to your doorstep from time to time. So if you are part of the VOO ecosystem already, and you have not joined our WhatsApp community where we share more information, please request to be part of that community. And it's also an opportunity, like Coach Lawrence said, to expand and get more people to see what the opportunities here are and the potentials and possibilities that are open to us. So that will be all from my own end. Thank you.
Ms. Christy, there's a question. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mr. Kenneth wants to know how his VOO house is functional. Okay, so first you would want to check there is a web on called K-Meetings. So you want to check K-Meetings. If you've not had that, download it and check K-Meetings. So if it's connected to the same normal wallet where you bought your house, you will see it as a minter, and it will show you, it should start to show you what it is minting. Secondly, the essence of having the house is that you need to put the house in a city or a metropolis or a city. So you have to pick a hotel, an airport of your choice in order to have the house there. Once the hotel bookings now become functional, yes, so wherever the city your house is residing in, you start to get benefits from that. Also, you also get benefits from flight bookings too. So if you're not in a city of your choice, you better need to do that right now. So all you need to do is go to your house, and that is on the VOO shop. So you go to your house, you click on the VOO shop, you click on it, you see cities you want to put your house in. So it's better you put that right now so that you can start benefiting. People have started booking using the app, and you want to benefit the percentages that come with having a city or having your house in that city. So those are the two ways you know that your house is functional. Thank you. Coach Christy?
Okay. I think those who have more questions, we can ask in the WhatsApp group. So we don't want to make the meeting for too long. Christy, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
More questions, please. You are free to ask in the WhatsApp group. If you're not in the WhatsApp group, ask your leader to add you, the VOO.1 community. Questions can be taken there so that the meeting can be shorter. Christy, over to you.
Yes, that's it. That's it from my own end, and we'll call it an evening. Thank you, everyone who joined. See you in our next update call.